Batman Gotham Knight sees Batman traverse the rooftops of Gotham as a voice talks about the advice he was given early in his career, which told the voice that he needs to do everything you can when it's your time to do it. Soon Batman hears gunshots as nearby a gang of clowns is in a violent gunfight with the GCPD. The two lead officers are hit by a hail of gunfire and a third is hit as Batman arrives, charging into the wall of bullets to help the downed officer and pull him to safety. The gunfire, however, slams into Batman, hitting his armor and destroying his batarang as he regroups with another officer, who tells them that the two are wounded and they are still trapped ahead of them down the alley. The officer asks if Batman has a plan, and of course the Dark Knight does, activating his grenades and using the explosions to cover his and the officer's advance up the alleyway until they reach one of the officers. Batman leaves the wounded officer to be tended to as he races ahead, shocked to find that the clowns have taken the other injured officer, Jim Gordon, hostage. Without breaking his stride, Batman charges forward, taking out the clowns with his batarangs and grabbing Jim, who for 30 minutes Batman works on to keep alive until the EMTs arrive, which by the time they get there, 5 officers were wounded and 2 gave their lives in the line of duty. But the other officers never gave up, grabbing their gear and continuing their mission. The voice says like how he found out himself in the Oval Office, Batman didn't seek the limelight or do anything special, and much like another soldier for good, he did everything his team leader instructed him to do, which is everything one can. The voice says the soldier even lived up to the standards of the most decorated American soldier in World War II, Audie Murphy, who did what he did for one simple reason, that the enemies were killing his friends. The voice is revealed to belong to President Barack Obama, who awards Staff Sergeant Salvatore Guinta the Medal of Honor, telling him to remember his team leader's words of doing everything you can when it's your time, since tomorrow it might be him or all of them, but that's for tomorrow to worry about. Years ago, in the West Point Military Academy, Kate Kane is awoken by her sergeant, told to grab her field gear since she's been given sealed orders, told to read them then destroy them. 40 hours later in Iran, soldiers learn that Kate is joining them just because of her psych skills and her aptitude with the Pashto language. Keeping watch and wondering where all the military-aged men of the village are, Kate gets to work with the women of the village, trying to learn where the insurgent leader Akbar is hiding. As the soldiers talk about Kate, she returns, telling them that there are some high pastures nearby which all the men are tending to. The squad leader tells Kate that when they are to meet the Pashtuns, she is to sit outside the congregation, but on the upside she doesn't have to drink the kawa tea. Heading into the high pastures, the soldiers sit with the men, asking them if they know where Akbar, the man responsible for a car bombing in Kabul, is. The men stay silent, but one of the soldiers knows that one of the men is Akbar, but it's too late as Akbar shoots at the soldiers, causing both sides to open fire and the US soldiers to kill the entire group until only Akbar is left and everyone is out of ammo. Akbar makes a run for it as the soldiers reload, and Kate tells her commander that the agents want Akbar alive, but the commander wants to call in a medvac for his men, while Kate goes after him, warning her to kill him if he tries to escape. Kate rushes into the cave after the terrorist, knowing she absolutely isn't going to shoot someone who is surrendering, since the people at the wedding that Akbar bombed deserved him to be brought to justice. Akbar soon fires at Kate and the gunfire awakens the bats hanging in the cave roof, causing thousands of them to begin flooding through the cave, giving Kate the chance to charge at the man, who is terrified of the woman with the army of bats, thinking her as a demonic Afrit from legend. Kate smashes the terrorist in the face with her rifle, knocking him out and pulling him outside, where the medevac is arriving for the other soldiers. She tells her commander she got him, but he doesn't care, telling her to help him with Justo's bullet wound. Batman Gotham Knights was a neat little collection of stories based on real life events of brave soldiers. I always like it when comics dive into the real world events or true stories like this and help give a voice and tell a story of real heroes that maybe people would otherwise not have heard of. If the intention of this series is to be a platform for something like that and for real life hero stories to be told, then I'm all for it, since it makes for a compelling and great read, and it's even better since it's got art by Jim Lee and Mirko Kolak. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.